Welcome to They Said We Said's spoiler review of Ready Player One.
A whole virtual universe. People come to the Oasis for all the things they can do. But they stay because of all the things they can be.
Who is this Parzival, and how the hell is he winning?
Find him. This isn't just a game. I'm talking about actual life and death stuff.
It's not just going to be me reviewing this movie. I have a few special guests, not one, not two, but three that I'm going to call them in one by one. Ready Player One is directed by Steven Spielberg. If you want to see our director's spotlight on Steven Spielberg with the great Jay Manning from Classic Flicks, Tony Walters from Rad Entertainment, and myself, that link is right here. It's also in the description below if you guys want to check that out. But we're talking Ready Player One right now. So helping me review this movie, first, I would like to call in youngest to oldest order, Miss Sharon Phoenix from They Said We Said. So Sharon, thank you for joining me.
I love this channel because Daddy is wonderful with this channel because he's wonderful and handsome. And when I grow up, and I want to be a artist.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. You come to the channel for the movie reviews, but you stay for the handsomeness. Thank you so much. What did you think about Ready Player One, the movie that we saw?
I love it because it was very, very cool and it was very, very scary a little bit, and Mommy protected my eyes because some parts was a little bit scary.
Yeah, especially the stuff with The Shining, right? When they're in the hotel and all the crazy blood. The movie was a little bit more adult than I thought. The language was definitely PG-13. It had a lot of SHIT words, also had one F word in it. But for the most part, you know, and there's some kind of scary themes for some little kids. The Shining part and the part with Chucky, which scared the crap out of me. You know, that doll's been scaring me for over 2 decades now, almost 3 decades now. But for the most part, it wasn't that scary, right?
Yeah.
So you had a lot of fun with it?
Yeah, because it was very, very, some were not scary, but some was.
Yeah. All right. Well, I want to thank my guest, Sharon Phoenix, otherwise known as Tiny Toast. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
And now joining me next, I have the very beautiful Miss Kaden Nora. So, Kaden, thanks for joining me and helping me review Ready Player One. Kaden, what was your favorite part of the movie?
The part where the little two twins said, "You play with me."
That was your favorite part, Kaden? That part was so scary. So Kaden was the one that was actually sitting next to me during the movie, and she did pretty good for the most part. This movie, even though it has so much going on all the time, there's all these references and all these crazy things. It is very big and very much like a Spielberg film. It still had moments where it kind of did drag on, but I think they did pretty well. Stuff I didn't like about it, the characters inside the game, especially the character of Parzival and Artemis, they kind of looked like people from Avatar a little bit, so I wasn't too happy about that. But yeah, she did a great job. I only had to cover her eyes through the part with the bathtub scene from The Shining, if you know what I'm talking about. That was a little intense. I'm glad that they took it there. Spielberg definitely kind of took the training wheels off it and made a kind of a crazy looking film. But that's kind of the thing that we're talking about. It's who is this movie for? Is it for kids? Is it for me, an old guy that gets all these references, or is it for a kiddo like this? But with all the language and all that kind of violence, I was a little confused tonally who the movie was for. Caden, what was a part that you didn't really like in the movie?
I don't have a least favorite part.
You liked all of it? All right. Thanks for coming on the channel, and we hope to see you next time. Helping me close out this review, you've seen him before, Mr. Noah Cy Edward. So thank you for joining us on the channel reviewing this. You almost took out Aquaman just now. So Noah, you and I have reviewed movies before on the channel. We reviewed Power Rangers. We reviewed Black Panther. Yeah, you came on the live stream. We also did Lego Batman movie. So Ready Player One, like I was saying, or talking with Caden, I don't really know who this movie was geared for. Was it geared for you? You are a gamer, right?
Yeah, I'm a big gamer.
You enjoy your video games, so I'm sure you got quite a bit of the references.
Yeah, like Halo. I got a ton of references. And I agree what you said before, where you didn't really like the main characters, avatars like Parzival and Artemis. I didn't like them either. I thought they could have been better, like the other ones too.
I liked H a lot, right? H was a lot of fun.
Yeah, there's no I. It was cool.
Maybe this movie is for someone like him that's kind of you just turned 10. He's an avid gamer. I'm sure you didn't know all the video game references, but you got a ton of them, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about some of the performances? The film stars Ty Sheridan, also Ben Mendelsohn as the main bad guy. So Ben Mendelsohn is like the go-to when you need like a villain, especially like a corporate villain who's kind of almost doing like the Krennic thing from Rogue One. He's such a good villain and such a good business scumbag.
Yeah. What I saw was that he got like really deep into the character and stuff. And I just thought that was like, oh, this is a good person to play this role in this movie.
Yeah, he definitely jumps into that role very well. And I would the other thing that I have to say that I didn't like about the film so much, well, it's not like I didn't like it. It just kind of it was, again, I go back to saying it was just kind of tonally a mess, because you have these moments where it got dark, you have these moments where it got adult themed, and then it had fun, this is full spoilers right here. You have moments like the end scene where the bad girl, like I guess the villain girl, like the lieutenant, she was jumping into Parzival's van while he was kind of receiving the key, and then they kicked her out. And then it had this kind of like graphic, kind of almost gory scene where she falls out of the van, like flips over. It looks like she broke her neck. But then the very next scene you see her in, she's punching Ben Mendelsohn's character in the neck for like laughs. So it had those Steven Spielberg 90s moments. This film felt very 90s to me, where it should have probably felt more 80s, but it had, even the score had this kind of like Steven Spielberg 90s thing going on. So the film, in my opinion, didn't really know what it wanted to be. Okay, so what were your favorite parts of the film?
Probably, I'd say when like the giant fight goes out and like he's just there on his own with this giant robot and the other person, and he's like recording. He's like, "Everybody, come here! This is war!" And everyone runs all the way, and I thought for a second that they were like outnumbered, just 3 to like millions, and I just thought they're dead. They're literally dead. And at the same time that I thought that, I was like, this is gonna be the first movie that I seen that the heroes die out and the villains win.
Yeah, and Ty Sheridan as Parzival, he was just kind of blah to me. The first 20 minutes of the film is very exposition, but there is just so much cool things to look at. It's almost like a spectacle. It's a big computer generated thing, like an Avatar or something like that. So it is a lot of fun. Was it a perfect movie? No. Was it a tonal mess? Yeah, but there is fun to be had. It was probably about 25 minutes too long, especially going to the theater with 4 kids. But like I said, it's that much going on visually where it did keep everyone engaged. I also liked Mark Rylance and Simon Pegg's character in there, even though Simon Pegg wasn't used as much as I hope he would have. But he did a good American accent, I have to say. We're going to rate this movie out of 5. What would you give Ready Player One?
You said out of 5, right? I think about a 4.
You're going to give it a solid 4. So you're giving it pretty big numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So you would definitely recommend it and watch it again.
Yes.
Who was your favorite character of the movie?
That ninja guy. What was his name?
I don't know.
Show?
The kid one?
Yeah, that's Show. My favorite show. So,
Yeah.
like top notch. I just love ninjas and like that kind of thing with the mask like that.
And turning
like,
into a Gundam at the end, fighting the Mecha Godzilla was pretty sweet.
I know, that was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what we're saying. Like this, he's in a DeLorean. There's King Kong. There's the T-Rex from Jurassic Park, Iron Giant. It definitely has. It's a complete spectacle, and it's a ton of fun to watch. So yeah, so solid 4 from you, huh?
Yeah.
So Sharon, out of 5, what would you give Ready Player One?
Player 2.
Absolutely, a solid player 2 from Sharon for Ready Player One.
Yep.
Perfect. Next.
Okay. Bye. I'll see you next time. Pizza order.
And finally, Kaden, out of 5, what would you give Ready Player One?
I'll give it a solid 5.
A solid 5. A perfect movie from Kaden, Nora. Thank you again. So, ladies and gentlemen, what did you guys think about Ready Player One? Did you guys like it, or do you think it was kind of a disappointment, especially for a Steven Spielberg film? Whatever you guys think, comment below. Like this video. If you like seeing the They Said We Said crew, let us know about it. Share this video, subscribe, do all the things that YouTube people tell you to do, and we'll see you next time for another movie review.